Windows 10 is end of life as of October 14th, 2025. That means that after that date, it's not going to be possible for normal people to download Windows 10 from an official, safe Microsoft source. Which means that if there's any chance you think you might need to install Windows 10 on any device ever in the future, you're going to want to download it now. So the first thing you're going to want to do is find Download Windows 10. And from here you can see we have the Download Windows 10 Disk Image ISO file option. The weird thing is that this actually isn't possible anymore. You can't just download the ISO file, you have to download the media creation tool. Even if you go into more download options, you can see you can sign into Microsoft 365 or Visual Studio or Windows Insider, but that's not going to get you the ISO, at least not of Windows 10 unless you have a Visual Studio subscription. We can use the tool to create a installation media including an ISO file, and we have instructions for that here. So for now, let's just go ahead and download the tool. And there it is, a media creation tool 22H2. Let's just open that up. And from here, it's going to get things ready. Wait for that to happen. Once we've accepted the terms and conditions, we either get the option to upgrade this PC now, which considering this is Windows 11 and I'm downloading Windows 10, the word upgrade there is a interesting choice. But what we actually want to do is create some installation media for our other Windows 10 PC that we want to keep going. So I'm going to choose next, and we are, so language, United States, that might be right, Windows 10, 64-bit. You definitely want to be using the 64-bit version of Windows 10 if you can. A lot of apps are no longer supporting 32-bit, so we should always try 64-bit first. Let's choose next, and we either get the opportunity to use a USB flash drive or an ISO file. The ISO file is much more flexible, and if we use the USB flash drive, we don't get to bypass some of those support requirements that we're going to talk about later on. So let's choose ISO and next. I just need to choose a place for this. I'm going to go with my downloads folder actually. There it is. I'll choose save there. The file name is just Windows apparently. I'm going to go with Windows 10 so I don't get confused. I'll choose save and give that a few moments to download. And as you can see, it's downloaded to this location here. It offers me the option to use a DVD burner, but I'm not going to burn it to a DVD. That would be weird. So let's choose finish, and it's going to clean up. That's good news. Right. What we have now is ISO of Windows 10, this one here. Now, what that means is that we can use that to create a DVD image, or we can actually convert that to a USB stick. And the best thing to do really is to put it on a USB stick and get it installed or ready to install on your Windows 10 device. So we can use Rufus for that. So to get Rufus, we just head to Google again and type Rufus download, and it's rufus.ie. That's the official website. Always use that one. Choose Rufus there and scroll down. It looks a bit complicated but really easy to use. We'll scroll all the way down and we've got the download here, so we're going to choose this, either the standard version which you can install or the portable version which you can just run as it in the location that you download it. So I'm going to grab that one actually, and there it is downloading. Give it a few seconds. I'll just choose open here, and once I'm running as admin, I'm running it already, let me close that one. Once I'm running as admin, then we have this interface here. Perfect. Okay, I'll close these down so we can see what we're doing. There we are. Now, the device is not selected. I haven't plugged in a USB stick yet. We get to select the disk and ISO image. Let's go ahead and do that. I'll go for my Windows 10 image that I just downloaded. Wonderful. Now, I need to find that device, so I need to actually plug in a USB stick. So let me go and do that. I'll be back in a second. Alright, that disk is now plugged in. It says SanDisk USB. It's in the E drive, and it's 16 gigabytes. The most important thing to understand is that this will wipe whatever's on that disk. For me, what's on it? I've got some really old coarse exports that I have. Okay, I don't need those. The important thing to understand is that it's going to delete anything on this USB stick. So it's just going to completely obliterate it. It's not going to put it in your recycle bin. Everything will be completely, immediately destroyed. So be aware of that. We've chosen the ISO already, so that's the image that we're going to put onto this USB stick. We have the option here of standard Windows installation or Windows to go. We want to do a standard Windows installation rather than Windows to go, because a standard one is where you can use the computer as normal, whereas if you have the Windows to go, you need to have this USB stick plugged in every time you want to use it, so don't go for that. We should change this from GPT to MBR so they can actually boot, and then we have BIOS or UEFI CSM. We're going to leave it as that. That's the only option here. Now, the volume label is going to go with ESD-ISO. It doesn't really matter because we're just going to plug it in. Maybe you can change this to Win10 USB. The file system is NTFS, perfect. Cluster size doesn't really matter. We're just installing from here. We don't need performance or anything like that. So we can then look here and we've got some options. Quick format, it's going to quickly format this USB stick rather than slowly format it. It's fine for that. And then extended label and icon files doesn't really matter because we're just going to use this. We'll just leave it as ticked. Now the next step is just to choose start. And here we have some custom Windows settings that we can set. So firstly, do we want a local account to be created automatically? In this case, no, I don't really want to do that. Next, we can set the regional options to the same value as this uses. You could do that if you like. Disable data collection and skip those privacy questions. Maybe that's a good idea. And then disabling BitLocker automatic device encryption. BitLocker's a good idea. We should probably encrypt our device so that if it gets stolen, all of our data is secure. So we'll leave that as on. Let's choose OK. Now, you may see this screen, and that's because Windows 10 is going out of support, and you're not meant to use Rufus to build Windows USBs from here. So all we can do really is choose OK and move on. It says all data on this device will be destroyed. Let's go ahead and choose OK, and it's going to go and wipe that device and put Windows 10 on that USB stick. Now, when this USB stick is finished being built, we can go ahead and use this stick to build Windows 10 on any device that we like. And now that's done, it doesn't really say anything apart from the fact that it's ready to start, but it's already done. We can go back into File Explorer, scroll down, and we've got this new Win10 USB with Windows 10 on it. And now you can just take that USB stick out of this device, and in the future, or right now, you could use it to build another Windows 10 device. One of the things to be aware of, though, is that when you start installing Windows 10 on that device, you will need to enter a product key. And that product key is also known as a serial number, and it's a way to prove that you own this software. Now, if you already have a Windows 10 product key, then you can just enter that. If you have a Windows 10 device that is currently using that product key, then you'll have to make sure you're either wiping that device, because you can't have two activations on the same product key. But if you're essentially reinstalling that device or moving to this new laptop with the existing product key, then you can actually get that from the computer itself. Now, it might be that you have the box that you bought Windows 10 with, and that has the serial number on it, but most of the time it'll just not be somewhere handy. So you can actually get it from the registry. So we're going to just go into Start and type Registry Editor, and we open that up. Just make this a little bit more clear for us. And then from here, we're going to just scroll right back to the top, and we're going to go into HKey Local Machine, down to Software, down to Microsoft. I'll just close that one. Down to Microsoft. Then we have Windows NT. Current version. Software protection. And in here, we have backup product key default. Here we have the product key that you can use, and you can just take that and copy it. The only thing to be aware of is that there might be some letters in here or numbers that are similar to each other. So you might have a 0, for example, that looks like a capital O, or an I that looks like a 1 or an L. Just be aware of that when you're copying that down. Otherwise, this is the product key that you can use in your other Windows 10 device once you've turned this one off and you've stopped using it. This is also useful if you're upgrading to Windows 11 for what it's worth, which I'm going to do another video on shortly, where if you want to install Windows 11 using a disk, then you will need to put the product key in, and this product key should work on your Windows 11 device. Alright, that's it. That's all we need to do to have a backup copy of Windows 10 on a USB stick ready to go. See you next time.